Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture, just to see how those incidents affect our daily lives. Listen, we are here. You see what's behind me? You see the secret invasion sign. All right. So we are going to review Secret Invasion season 1, episode 1, entitled Resurrection. If you like what you see on this channel, please hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. Also, please comment if there's anything that I have said that you disagree with. If there's anything that you want to expound on, please leave that down in the comments. And also, please subscribe. Once you subscribe, you will be open to a plethora of videos of movies and television series and incidents in pop culture that I have reviewed. All right, we're going to continue on. We are continuing with Secret Invasion. This is a show that for me, I wasn't highly anticipating it, but I was going to watch it for fun. But as I'm watching, I said I figure I might as well make a video about it, just go over my little thoughts and things like that. So, going into this movie, what would you need? Would you need the whole plethora of the Marvel catalog to watch this video? Lipstick on my teeth. No, you wouldn't. I would say the only television show that I would direct you to. Hold on, I'm just looking for some tissue. I know I have, and I just don't see. But anyway, the only show that I would direct for you to see in order to understand what's going on is Captain Marvel. That would be the only show that I would say watch right before this show. You will get an inkling about what's going on. So what is going on? So we see that as we remember, I think Nick Fury and Maria Hill were blipped. And then they came back, and apparently Nick went to the space station after he returned from his blip. Now, if you watched Captain Marvel, and this will be just a slight spoiler for that movie. That movie's been out at least 2 or 3 years. If you have not seen it, I'm sorry, but this is going to be a spoiler alert. And if you do not want to be spoiled, then go ahead and probably cut off this video, because I'm going to be going back and forth to that movie to try to understand some things. All right. So at the end of that movie, we find out that Nick Fury and Carol Danvers are working with the Skrull faction to find them a new home. Now, remember, Captain Marvel took place back in the 90s, I want to say, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. That's what I want to say. That's when that whole show took place. So we're looking at now, the Skrulls have been on Earth for the past 30 plus years. 30 years. It's been about 30 years. So when they made that movie, they were going back 30 years. So they have been on planet Earth for 30 years. Now, you remember they were running away from the Kree, because the Kree were basically committing genocide and getting rid of all of the Skrulls. And so they are just like cast out throughout the universe, looking for a new home. And Nick Fury and Carol Danvers promised to find them a new home. Well, here you are, 30 years. Now, the years for Skrulls are different. However, 30 years is still a big chunk in their evolution to be sitting around waiting for someone to assist them with a new home. And that's the way they have felt. So there's a faction of the Skrulls, apparently, that is tired of waiting for a home. They want to make Earth the home. And so in order to make Earth the home, this faction, I guess, believes that they've got to cause all kinds of confusion. Because remember, Skrulls have the ability to morph to look like human. So one of the things that we'll talk about with the scrolls is you can tell a scroll because they will not have long-term memory from the person that they are taking over. So for instance, I think that they may have like a month's worth of memory piled from when they do take over another person's body. They won't have long-term memory of them. So you could tell a scroll by going back through long-term memories of this particular person that they have taken over. And I think that's why they usually take over people that have died, because I remember in the Captain Marvel movie, it was somebody, most of the people had passed away, or it was somebody that they had passed by immediately in taking their look, their identity. So in this movie, we see, and I'm not going to go blow by blow. I just want to kind of go over it a little bit and then have my opinions on it, and then we'll set ourselves up for the second episode. So as this episode comes on, we see Nick Fury. Nick Fury is coming down from the space station, the Saber space station. Apparently, that's where he went after the blip. He came down. But prior to him coming down, there was an agent that had Agent Ross. And you remember Agent Ross, if you've watched Black Panther, you remember Agent Ross. Agent Ross came to Russia because of an old CIA buddy was there talking about what was going on. And he started to explain, look, there's something going on. I think it has to do with the Skrulls. The Skrulls are taking, he said it, that they have taken over the identities of top leaders in all government. And so he was like, there is something going on and it's getting to be big. And he started naming like these little itty bitty coups and things like that. And Agent Ross is sitting here looking, and I'm like, oh, okay. Agent Ross about to do something. Agent Ross about to be all up in Secret Invasion. Wrong. That was not Agent Ross. That was a Skrull of Agent Ross. Has Agent Ross been a Skrull this whole time? Or was it during the time when, during Wakanda Forever, did the Skrulls decide that it was important to infiltrate? Or was it that this person only trusted Agent Ross, and one of the Skrulls that had taken over the identity of Agent Ross at one time went to this safe house? But they ended up tussling, and it ended up that Agent Ross had killed that agent. He had called for an extraction. You get the extraction, and then we see Maria Hill. Maria Hill gets there, and then we see this other man that's chasing Agent Ross. And then we find out that through a level of shapeshifting, we find out that it is Talos. We find out that it is Talos, and Talos is following this shapeshifter. And then we find out that this Agent Ross is a Skrull. This particular Agent Ross is a Skrull. And so now Maria Hill is like, look, Fury, you need to bring your tail down. So Fury brings his tail down. Fury comes down. They have a conversation. And apparently Talos's daughter, Gia, is part of she's part of the rebellion. And so she's working with the rebellion. She's doing some recruitment. She's picking up some things. She's doing a whole lot of stuff. So we find out that the rebellion is started by, let me get him. I don't see him. And I want to call his name right. Tell us. Gravik. And apparently Talos and Gravik were like this, but Gravik got disillusioned when Fury and the government didn't find them a planet to go to. Fury and Carol Danvers didn't find them a planet to go to. So they've just decided, we're going to take over this planet. This is where we're going to live, which is interesting because they gave refuge to Thor and them people, Asgard, and Asgard had a place. It's amazing that they didn't find a place for the scrolls. Not sure. I keep getting lipstick on my teeth, y'all. So as we get this episode, it's pretty much a cat and mouse game. There is a dirty bomb that the scrolls have purchased from an clandestine scroll, and they're gonna ignite this bomb in this square, and it's pretty much a cat and mouse game to try to beat them to do that. They ultimately fail, and Maria Hill gets shot in the commencement. Now we do see that the government is very much aware with Rhodey that Fury has left the station. And so now they're talking about that they're AWOL and everything like that. They know something's going on, but they don't have an inkling about what's going on. So that's basically the story in a nutshell. I will tell you, I am intrigued because they have it set up like a espionage mystery. Who did this? Do we know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy? People are impersonating people. Who in the government is compromised and who is not? So it's set up like a spy movie, and I am here for that. The pacing is a little slow right now because, like I said, it seems as if we're just getting some information, and so we pretty much know that the plot is to try to stop what is his name? Gravik from wreaking havoc on Earth. And it's going to be interesting to see how the different factions set themselves up to do that. All right, that's not much stuff. Like I said, I don't want to extremely spoil it because I want you to watch it, but that's basically what it is. And this is going to be a video that I'm going to be reviewing. Tell me what y'all think. Are y'all watching? Are y'all watching Secret Invasion? Marvel fans, are you watching Secret Invasion? What do you think? Speaking of fandoms and things like that, have any of you all gone to see The Flash? I have not gone to see The Flash. The Flash wasn't anything that I was interested in to go see. I have not seen The Flash. I am looking forward to Blue Beetle. I tell you that much. The Flash wasn't anything that I was interested in. If it comes across, would it be HBO Max? I think that's where they dump all their stuff. If it's Max, if it comes across Max, I may watch it, but I'm not going to the movies to go see that one. Let me see. I think Transformers is still in the movie theaters. I think The Little Mermaid is still in the movie theaters, and there's a lot of other different things. So Spider-Man is still in the movie theaters. Go see Spider-Man. I enjoyed that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I am trying to think. And just like that, the sequel to Sex and the City is out. I'm going to be watching that and reviewing that as well. So we do this every week, y'all. We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers, tell that heifer you can't even stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye-bye.